That's good for you, right?
Orange juice, definitely.
Orange juice.
Definitely.
What?
I said definitely.
I always feel healthy when I drink orange juice.
Okay. So now, let's see.
This is Sir Doyle from Hospital Gate. Giving a shout out to Anonymous.
Wait, let me get you on camera. Why don't you sit in the chair, because me and Kathy are going to be making food. And put the camera on you.
This is Sir Doyle from Hospital Gate, giving a shout out to Anonymous. First of all, I'd like to say, David Wharton, James Stock, it's all good. You're good guys. Just want to say that before I say anything. James Stock and his friend David Wharton are good guys. And anything I might have done in the past, I apologize. We're giving a shout out to you guys, okay? Because we need your friends at Anonymous to help us pull off Operation Hospital Gate. Now, the first thing we want to do is, okay, because this money that my family left me is enough to solve all the world's problems. It's that much money, and when I told him, tell Lukey this, the other part of Anonymous, Master Lukey, part of Hospital Gate, Master Lukey, he said that's enough to solve, more than enough to solve all the world's problems. Okay, so Operation Hospital Gate, first, before we talk about anything, we got to go to the banks, U.S. Bank, right? It was U.S. Bank, right?
Okay.
U.S. Bank and a lot of other banks are Dime Williamsburg, and a lot of the banks, it's in a Swiss account. And we need to get all this money back. And James Stack and David Wharton, let's just say, I'm looking out for you guys too. I'm going to take care of you too.
Does James Stack watch the show?
He was on the show.
But does he? When was the last time you spoke to him?
Trust me, we got to email them too. We got email Anonymous too, so they really see it. Okay. Can't interrupt me when I do this.
Oh. Quiet on the set.
Oh yeah. Both James Stock and David Wharton were victims, like I was, of the healthcare system. But one up. Now, I'm not knocking cops. I used to be one. But James Stock was also a victim of police brutality. And we want to expose the people that did police brutality to James Stack and expose the people in the mental health system that messed with James Stack, myself, and David Wharton. Okay, we expose those people. There's footage when I investigated the hospitals. Just before I started this channel, I have footage back over the years, back in anywhere from 2000 and early 2000s to now. I've been in and out of these hospitals investigating, and there has been human trafficking going on in Nassau County Medical Center, and there was also money laundering with my money in Nassau County Medical Center and Pilgrim Psychiatric Center and Creedmoor and all the other hospitals, and South Nassau. Two main people involved with the money laundering is Patrick Devlin and Jim Steiger. Now, James, I know you know who James Steiger was because he stole from you too. Also, there's footage of the child trafficking. There's even footage of women giving me date rape drugs in the hospitals, nurses and doctors and all that, and having sex with me without me being aware of it. That's a horrible crime when it's done to anyone. They crack down on them when it comes to women, but they don't do a damn thing when it comes to men. Last thing I remembered, it was on camera. They confessed it was 2,800 trillion. My father left me. Which that was in 1980, with investments, and with cost of living that's going up quadrupled. That's more than enough money. 2,800 trill is more than enough money right there. They said it was 28,000 trill to 20,000 bill, which is 2,800 trill, and that's enough money right there to solve the world's problems. And not only that, but we're all going to get rich, guys. We're all going to get rich. Most of the money's, well, Steiger stole from you too, David. Believe me, he stole from you, and I think you know that. And he stole from a lot of the patients. He just stole the most from me. We're going to try to get every patient, including me, XML patient, including me, their money back. And property, real estate, and assets too. Patrick Devlin bought houses and cars with some of this money, so did Jim Steiger.
You shut that. You shut that.
Back to the trafficking, human trafficking. Yes, I could make this on that. It was going all over the place. They were trafficking young girls. I know you know about this, David, because I sent you, and Lukey knows this. I sent you into the hospitals as an informant to find out about this, and you came back. What did you come back? You came back with the fact that what I was saying was true. There was a lot of these medicines. They give these medicines to people like you and me, David, and you and me, Mr. Wharton, and you and me, James, and all kinds of things are in these medicines. Things to make people act certain ways, do certain things. You know about it, James. We got to put an end to these psychiatrists and all these medicines they give out. We got to expose every psychiatrist out there because they're all involved in human trafficking and they're all involved in drugging people like you and me up. Operation Hospital Gate is going to be a serious investigation, and what it is we're teaming up with Anonymous to stop the nonsense, and we call Operation Hospital Gate with our friends, the help of Anonymous, and so what it is Operation Hospital Gate with help from our friends Anonymous. Also, crimes are committed in the mental health system and healthcare system, and they hide the crimes by the HIPAA law. The crimes are hidden through the HIPAA law. The HIPAA law covers up their crimes. They say it's to protect patient confidentiality. But what they do is everything in the system stays covered. And the excuse is they want to protect patient confidentiality, but really what they're doing is they're covering up crimes that criminals make. My records That's what we're going to start with. Because with my records, I got smut on all of them. Through my records. So we can look in, I'm giving you anonymous permission to hack through my records and to catch these people. And then we're not even breaking HIPAA law. After that, we can tap into the rest of the shit, because she's Irish, the rest of the stuff, because we'll already have everything done, everything started with my records. So when we catch all these people, they're going to say the HIPAA law is no good, and we'll be hack into the rest of it. So I want you to hack my records first. Now, I don't have anything to hide. But there are certain things that that might make me look bad doing that I wasn't really doing, but that you might have to look at. When I say play the whole tape, you're gonna play the whole tape, right? Play the whole tape, because what they're gonna try to do is gonna try to stop it and get you to stop because you see something that might make me look guilty. But unless you play the whole tape, you don't know for sure. So if you see something that I'm doing, okay,
And then grab that
and
vinegar.
there's more to the story,
Dump the whole thing
don't
in.
stop the tape. Keep it playing. Because you're going to find out that anything they try to accuse me of, I'm rectified when they looked at the tape further. But a lot of people said it's a wrap and they stopped it there. Don't do that. That's a very dumb thing to do. And same thing with James Stack. He did some things for different reasons. And unless you play the whole tape with James Stack too, you might think that James Stack is guilty too. But if you play the whole tape, you'll find out that James Stack also was a victim. Right?
Okay.
So, and I don't know about David Ward. I just know David Ward was a victim of psychiatric abuse. But I know when they talk about the what do you call it, the police brutality. Now you look at James. You look at.
I'm gonna turn on the blender 1 second.
You look at some things in James Stack, you might think the wrong thing in James Stack unless you play the whole tape. Because he was a victim of police brutality. I've talked to him, and I know that he was a victim of police brutality. So, you don't look at the whole tape, you might think that these cops are right, but they're not. And I'm saying that as a cop. They're not. The cops that were involved in James Stack's case were not good people. And they were not doing the right thing. So, play the whole tape. Play the whole tape. Whatever you see, no matter what you're thinking when you see it, play the whole tape. Which means when you investigate, Anonymous, these things, you got to investigate thoroughly, through and through. And you got to play the whole tape. Don't just be quick to judge without playing the whole tape. Who was it?
Sammy the Bunny and Londos. Sammy says, John said Margaret has the money? Question mark.
John said that?
Right,
Wow.
It's a question. Londo said, "Hey, Sir Doyle," and then Sammy says, "Anonymous is anti-RFK."
You know what? I'm not worried about that, Anonymous. You can be anti-RFK, but you know what? I don't believe in abortion. I don't believe in abortion. I think that's murder. So he's pro-choice. So, you know, I don't know about Lukey, but you got me on your side with that. I'm not worried about what you think about RFK because I don't think too much of him either. He's pro-choice. He's pro-choice, which is pro-abortion, and you know. I'm not too keen about Donald Trump or any of the rest of them either. They're all crooks. They're all crooks. They all did bad things to children. They're all no good. They were all on that plane, all of them. We haven't had a good president since Ronald Reagan. And even him, we might find things about him that we don't know yet. So I'm with you on that. I'm with that, Anonymous. I'm not worried about RFK either. I know about Luki, we have dismissive opinion on certain things, but I think that what RFK is doing is wrong with us, with vote choice. And you guys are a lot more beneficial to us than RFK can ever be, right?
That's true.
Even Luki said that. We're gonna email you. We're gonna email you in detail what we want done, and you give us a reply when you get that email. What's you saying? Yeah, they do all kinds of things. They give us drugs to make us act certain ways. I mean, some of these drugs actually make patients violent or sexually inappropriate. That's why you see all these rape cases, mental health. And why I say play the whole tape is one woman that gave me these drugs to have sex with me. One of them did not get too lucky with me. I wouldn't give her any play. I mean, I would have, but I was kind of shy about it. So she got vengeful. So she acted like she was being raped in the tape. Well, I was just sitting there. And the tape, you can see me. I'm sitting there, not doing nothing. She's saying all these things while she's on me. And if you look at the tape thoroughly and through, you'll not only see that, you'll see me talking to her and her saying I had a good time, blah, 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 stuff. Her name was Danielle, all right? That's why I want you to play the whole tape when you see these things. I was accused of murder. I want to explain these things to them so they know. I did not murder anybody. They sent a former middleweight champion, who was Mike Tyson's cousin, into the room to kill me. And he was an experienced boxer. And he even took out a whip. And I ended up giving him 3 right jabs, and he died. So there was a murder trial on me. And then I proved that I did not murder him, that it was in self-defense. And they had to let me go. And they kept on trying to bring the tape back and retrial the case and show half the tape. Not showing the part where he was trying to kill me. Every once in a while they try to bring this tape back and show half the tape and trial me again. It's ridiculous. There was a one time when there was all these staff members surrounding me, trying to give me an injection. And they started attacking me in Creedmoor. And I ended up taking the best of every one of them. And then the doctor, James, you don't like injections. The doctor was reaching for the needle after I did all this. And I was reaching for the needle. And I mean, this doctor's going to do this, give him a taste of his own medicine. I grabbed the needle out and I injected him with his own medicine. So this stuff is going to show up. This stuff is going to show up on my records. So you got to play the whole tape. You got to play the whole tape. And I'm sure they have a lot of other things in there that you could stop in midstream that make me look like the bad guy, but you got to play the whole tape. Just like you got to play the whole tape when it comes to James Stack too, because he was a victim of police brutality. So when I'm going to say it again, James Stack was a victim of police brutality.
When you say play the whole tape, what you mean is get the whole story. Exactly.
And not like what you were saying about cutting. Nobody cuts. You don't cut. If you cut something, you're leaving something out. When you do cutting, you're leaving something out, which could be the person's innocence. You do cutting, you're leaving information out, which leads to the person's innocence. No cutting. That's it, anonymous, no cutting.
Okay.
And, what else?
All right, so you remember to use the blender? Or?
They were giving people
Refresher.
not only psychotropic drugs, antipsychotics, and mood stabilizers, which have to be outlawed, but they were giving illegal drugs to patients too.
Now,
They were giving patients heroin. They gave it to me. A lot of the people. All this. The heroin was given to them all under the counter, and they gave it to the patients. And we got to outlaw these antipsychotics and mood stabilizers too, because they're dangerous. They cause behavior problems. They cause mental illness. Or make it worse. Okay, let me get to charges. Always get two ends of the story. There's always two sides to every story. So every when you talk about charges that people might be
Don't
on,
touch the camera.
there's always try to get the,
Don't touch the camera, man. You're not
there's always
employed. You're not employed as a cameraman. You are an actor.
there's always two sides to every
Actor
story.
doesn't garbage.
There's always two sides to every story. So you got some women they are like I can tell you in James Sachs' case, this woman was a real she was a real bad person. She was like this the way she played James Stack, she played all not me because I wasn't interested, but she played a lot of the other guys in the mental health system. And James Stack is he's got when he has a broken heart, he has a broken heart. And they found the guy innocent. They found him innocent. That's in the record still on the charges that they had him on. And then after that, after he was found innocent, they proved that he did nothing wrong. The police still harassed him and still committed police brutality. Now, when somebody is let off the hook, you'll leave him alone, right? Right?
Me?
Yeah, if someone's found innocent with something, you leave him alone.
Well, see, there's the thing. What about OJ? He was found innocent, and they came after him anyway. Rightfully so, because he wasn't really innocent.
That's true, but James was. James was. Yeah. James was a victim. Was a victim of a girl, and he was a victim of the police. I know James. I know James for a long time. He was a victim.
You didn't do what they said you did.
It wasn't the way they said it. Let's put it that way. It wasn't the way they said it. They exaggerate the whole thing to make it look like the girl was a totally innocent one, and James Stack did. It wasn't. The girl wasn't innocent. There was nothing innocent about that girl. Matter of fact, she was planting evidence on him and everything to make it look like she was the victim. Now, don't get me wrong. James Stack can be very annoying. Who can tell you that? But what's fair is fair, and what's right is right. The guy was a victim of police brutality. and for no reason, no real reason. And the guy, and no, James, you are annoying, but that's not a crime. Being annoying is not a crime, right?
Okay, I agree.
So the thing is that James
Being annoying was a crime. I'd be in life in prison.
exactly. So would I. So would I. But
You? No, they give you the death penalty.
So James and Dave Morton, will you get in touch with Anonymous? Will you get them to help us with Operation Hospitalgate with the help of our friends Anonymous? We're gonna email you. We're gonna email you guys, and we're gonna see what you think. And don't get me. Trust me. If we get our heads together, we can get all the information we need to put all of us in the clear and get the bad guys. Now, the only way we can do that is by playing the whole team. And James, I gave up my sins, and I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, what made me look wrong, and I said play the whole tape, and I said play the whole tape with you, because we gotta realize something, James. We have nothing to hide, and we play the whole tape. We're not gonna catch. You're not gonna catch us. We're gonna catch the bad guys. We're gonna catch the bad guys. So sometimes you gotta dig in deep. Now, to be fair about this everything, we're gonna look at my medical records first. I'm giving up my medical records first. That's all we're gonna do at first is investigate my medical records, and then the other things we'll look into too. Help out James Stack and David Warden and other people. But first, we're going to look at my medical records. Now, I'm the guinea pig. We're going to look at my medical records at first. And in my medical records, we can find smart on all these people. And then, when we get success with mine, then other people will step up and release their records too. And when we do all this, we're going to abolish the HIPAA law. We're going to abolish HIPAA law, which is what we need to do, because the HIPAA law hides crimes. It does not protect patient confidentiality. I'm going to be first. I want my medical records thoroughly investigated. Myself and the people around me, within my medical records, thoroughly investigated. And then when we catch all these people, then we'll get a lot of other people are going to join in to release their medical records so we can catch more people. Because as far as I'm concerned, not everyone, but most mental patients were victims. And I also know that money was stolen from me by patients going in and out of an ATM machine and smuggling services. They might be fellow patients. That's wrong too. I want to catch them too. And the doctors who are selling the women on the black market as sex slaves, picked up by the sheriff's department and stuff like that. And there was a politician. I'm not going to say the politician's name online because we got in a lot of trouble for cyberbullying, accused of cyberbullying. But there was a president, a former president, that was directly involved with the human trafficking. There was also a governor of New York directly involved with the human trafficking. We need to investigate that. And again, Anonymous, I'm with you on the RFK thing. I'm with you. You with them too? On the RFK thing?
I don't know if I don't know. I might vote RFK in New York only because that's a vote against Biden.
Yeah. I don't want Trump in either. No offense.
Between Biden and Trump, I'd rather have Trump. Try one of these.
Yeah. I don't think Trump's any good either, though. None of them are. None of them. Trump was involved in child trafficking too. He was doing a sting operation with me in the Essex County Medical Center, And he found out there was a Jewish doctor. I told this to Lukey a lot. A Jewish doctor that was doing the trafficking with them. And Donald Trump has a thing about Jewish people. I'm the same way. I bless Israel. But when you mess with a child, all that goes out the window. And this is a Jewish doctor who was messing with children. And he was Orthodox Jew and he had a lot of connections with Israel. So Donald Trump covered everything up. He hid all the records, everything. Helped this guy all every way he can. Didn't make him testify because he had someone. And you know, that's that shows you right there. Because you know, they says he takes a little child and puts it in front of the Jews. That's who he puts the child in front of Israel, and he says, "You ought to be these little children to make it the kingdom of heaven. Woe to he who causes these little children to sin, to hurt these little children. Better noose drop on his neck. Better not have been born." And that means Christians, and that means children. This Jewish doctor was messing with children. When they do that, goes all that goes out the window. It's good to bless Israel, I agree. Is that in the Bible? But it also says in the Bible that he took a child, put it in front of Jewish people, and said what happens when you mess with them. So, Donald Trump was wrong when he did that. Very, very wrong. And all the things he got blessed with was supporting Israel. It backfired on him when he messed with children. Because you notice he got blessed when he supported Israel, and then when he did this with children, all of a sudden he got all these things against him. Mm-hmm. So that all goes out the window when you mess with children. Have none of those?
What we can give you. Hold on. Let's see.
He was blessed for helping Israel, but he was cursed for messing with the children. And messing with Christians because that guy was messing with Christian patients too. So you mess with Christians or children, it all goes out the window. Anyway, what else? We need you, Anonymous. We need you to expose everything. We also have a channel. Now, the difference between you guys and us is you guys, which you respect it, are you want to be anonymous. That's you don't want people to know what you're doing. That's why you don't give your names. Us, Lukey and I, we got a show going after people like this, and we're out in the front line. So if anyone's a fall guy, it's us, not you. You guys are very well kept confidence in what you're doing. Lukey and I are out in the front line. Hospital case out in the front line. We let everybody know who we are. So that works together. That is a beautiful thing. Where you got the guys that are out in the front line working with the guys that are keeping silent. Or that's keeping their identity silent and working together. You got a very powerful team. And I mentioned James Stack and David Wharton, and I'm not going to say what they have to do with Anonymous, because it's not my business to tell you. But I can tell you that they are friends of you. I can tell the public that they are friends of Anonymous. And they give me an idea for a case to Anonymous. Anonymous takes them guy seriously. So basically, now we got 4 guys out in the front line, right?
Us two, James and Tim.
James and James and
John?
no, what's his name? David Warden.
David.
But when we do this, guys, it's gonna be what you call, okay, even Luki and I came to the conclusion that we're both nerds, right?
Okay.
Alright, so this is Revenge of the Nerds, guys. Those guys were actors with the real deal. Let's pull off Operation House Brigade with the help of Anonymous. Let's pull off Operation House Brigade with the help of Anonymous.
Okay.
Again, I can't tell you any more about what those guys have to do with Anonymous. They're just friends. They're friends with them. I'm sure they would. That's what they would want us to say. And that those guys, that Anonymous respects them.
Okay.
And these guys are great looking. I've seen them in action. Nobody knows who they are, who they are, or where they come from, and they do all this hacking on the computer. They catch bad guys, and they're like unsung heroes. They're unsung heroes. Anonymous. They're unsung heroes, and that's the way they want to keep it. So we're gonna respect that. But I can say that James Stack and David Wharton are very good friends with those people, and that Anonymous looks out for them, and they'll look out for us too after this too. As a matter of fact, if this whole Operation Hospital Gate with the help of Anonymous works out, you know what? We have more people want to investigate. Well, he'll just cry out to them if this works out. Just cry out to them. And I want to tell you too, and Luby could vouch for this. James Stack did a lot for Hospital Gate, didn't he?
Yeah? What did he do?
First of all, he appeared on the show a couple times and he talked. Second of all, he went into that hospital. Remember?
Blow on it, okay.
He went into that hospital in Nassau County Medical Center, and he stopped a lot. He exposed a lot of the stuff that went on. He came back and got on Hospital Gate. After he went into the hospital, he purposely got locked up in the hospital to catch the child traffickers, and then came out of the hospital and got on our show to talk about it. You don't remember that?
Wow.
You don't remember that? He did. He purposely got locked up to catch these child traffickers, but to get information on them, and then he got on the show, and he talked about what his findings were. You don't remember that?
I didn't know he purposely did it. That's
Yeah,
wild.
he said it on the show. He said on the show that he purposely did it. First he didn't. First he got locked up. Then he didn't. After a while, he started going in purposely just to catch him. That's brave. I mean, that's a brave thing to do. I didn't do that too many times. That's scary. But he did. He came in. He got himself locked up, and he started exposing them and got them on. They were on camera, and then he got on Hospital Gate to talk about it, to vouch that what I was saying was real. You don't remember that?
Okay.
To vouch that what Sir Doyle said was correct. So you got to give him credit. Where credit's due. James Stack did a lot for Hospital Gate.
Sorry.
All right. James Stack did a lot for Hospital Gate. He went in those hospitals, which is dangerous, and he came out and talked about it on Hospital Gate. That's not a minor thing. He helped Hospital Gate. And now if he gets his friends at Anonymous to help us, after that, he's really going to do something about government because we expose all these people, and our mission at Hospital Gate will be completed. I'm not too. I don't have too much information on it. On David Warren. I think he was just a victim of psychiatric abuse.
Mm.
But David Warren was definitely a victim of police brutality. I mean, one cop even put a gun to his head. Yes.
James Stack?
Yeah, he put a gun to his head. Cop went into his apartment, broke into his apartment. He'll break into someone's apartment without a warrant. And he broke into his apartment without a warrant. And remember when that place was a mess when we went down there?
Yes.
I found out the truth behind that. The cops did that to his place. The cops that were after him did that to his apartment. And then they put a gun to his head. He's a framed someone else's story, and I got it confirmed by the people. And the guy put a gun to his head.
A little bit of extra
And
flavor.
he was a neat person. James Stack, especially after me, he became a neat person because we used to keep the place a mess. Well, I got on him, and he started keeping the place neat as a pin. And everywhere he went,
Spice rack for
everywhere
oregano.
he went, he kept the place neat as a pin.
Oregano.
Everywhere he went, he kept the place neat as a pin. And when these cops broke into his apartment, they not only did all this to him, but they took his stuff in his apartment and threw it all around. Took his drawers, took his clothes, threw them all over the place. Took everything out of the kitchen, threw everything we saw with all the cops. And not only James Stack told me this, but it was confirmed by some of the people. Those cops ransacked that place.
You could put this in the garbage.
I don't think they were regular cops either. I think they were mafia cops. I think they were bought by the mafia because that was a mafioso neighborhood. So you ready to?
Garbage.
You're gonna be ready soon to put that on an email to them?
Yeah. Gotta get my internet hooked back up tonight. So.
Make sure you put everything that I said in the email. Or try to get it. This is gonna be your channel hits. Look, this is gonna be your channel hits. We get anonymous helping us. And it's gonna get what's his name? What's that guy's name who runs one's house? Who runs this platform?
Who runs what?
Runs the platform. What's his name?
Bill Gates?
Bill Gates won't be Bill Gates was. Hospital Gates. Anonymous is gonna approve all this stuff. So we'll be able to say what we want after that. We might even buy up. That's another thing, James. We're under a platform that limits us, but we get this money back. We could buy out this platform, and we could really do some good things. Oh, there's another thing too, James. I was a cop and they took my badge and my chance of the badge away. Because I passed everything I had to do. And they wouldn't give me my badge. They kept on chasing people away when they were supposed to have me sign for a badge. You need to expose that too. Because I didn't get a pension or anything from Citizens Rights because I couldn't prove that I was a cop because they kept on chasing cops away that came by to have me sign for my badge. So once not only you have to pass detective fraud background check, which I did several times, but then you have to sign for your badge. You don't sign for your badge after that, you ain't got nothing. But I need to expose the fact that they stopped me from signing for my badge in these hospitals several times. That's all on my records also. You'll also see that one time I was supposed to have gotten fired, and that was because one of the child traffickers was my brother-in-law who molested my niece, which was his daughter. And I went after him. He got me for disorderly conduct and said that I was crazy. But that's not what it was. This guy, I knew, you're going to see that too. And I went back to get my badge, and I got my badge, but they wouldn't let me sign for it. When I came back to get a detective for a background check, because I had plenty of them, and they all showed that I was a real cop, but they wouldn't let me sign for my badge. The cops wanted to let me sign for the badge, but the people in the house kept on chasing the cops away. And I'm not taking up for those cops who did that to you, James. I'm just telling you what happened with me, why I couldn't sign for my badge. So we got to exploit that, because if we have it out there, there's good and bad in everything, James. There's good and bad in everything and everyone. There are good cops and there are bad cops. I was a good cop. And because I was a good cop, I was penalized.
Because you're a good cop, what?
Penalized.
Oh.
Well, we're going to find all this out too, James. And I don't even want to go back to being a cop. I just want to go prove this so I get my pension. Because the pension's going to help us too, because I get a pension, that's some more money to go into hospital gate. Which we find out all the money we're going to need anyway, but I still want my pension because I did a good service and I want people to know about it. I wasn't the kind of cop that carried a gun. I was working for an undercover police department that was sponsored by Church of Scientology called Citizens for Human Rights. And that, I'm not a psychologist, but some people that work for them won't know a psychologist. And I also had connections with the FBI and the CIA when I was doing this, but the case got so heavy. That you're going to see in these when you put it on tape. You're going to see that I had connections with the CIA and FBI. I'm not defending them either. There are good people in the CIA, and there are bad people in the CIA. Same thing with that. There's good and bad in everyone and everything, James. And some of the same cops that messed with you, messed with me too. So I'm not knocking you at all, James. So, Operation Hospitalgate with the help of Anonymous. Will you guys do it? Starting with my medical records, not anybody else's, mine. And then there's also, now like I said, she started with my medical records, but it's all I'm going to mention the things that Lukey went through. Lukey was a famous mixed martial artist, you know that, UFC fighter. And he got brutally beaten in a match that ended his career. And after that,
my damage was over time. It wasn't just the matches. It was the
oh,
training.
okay. Over time, all right, but he has something called traumatic brain injury.
Traumatic brain injury. Yep.
Okay, now because of this, it affected his personality. My friend Loki is not a bad guy, and his wife knew this was going on when she started all this. But at the same time, she was messing with his children. She was giving his children food which he didn't want them to eat. And they were getting sick from it, right? They were getting sick? Yep. And
Still to this day.
because of the traumatic brain injury, it affected how he how do you say? It affected how he
Argued.
no, it's something else. It affected how he communicated this. So instead of being a diplomat, well, which they called a diplomat, he basically went off, and he had every right to, but he went off the wrong way because he got himself in trouble. And then he put stuff out on the media, which was just nothing wrong with it, but they judged it, and they judged everything he did after that. And the cops went after him. Some of the cops that went after him were good cops. Some were bad. There's good and bad in everyone and everything. Some of the people that were involved in me not getting my badge were cops, bad cops. Some good cops were told by the staff, told that an insecurity was bad, to leave the hospital and not let me sign for my badge. Everything is a civil war, James. Everything has two sides to it. There's good and bad in everyone and everything. There's not a perfect system. Even these politicians we're going after, which we are going after them. There are some, back in the day, it was a long time ago, but if you remember Ronald Reagan, I think, had a clean record. And you know what the first thing he said? He said, watch out for the government. Hey, the government officials saying, watch out for the government. They're going to say, we're government, and we're here to help. You said that? So, you talk about a man going against the grain. That was Ronald Reagan. He went against the grain. His son, however, I think, what I don't like about his son is that he rejected Christ, and he said, not afraid to burn in hell and stuff like that. I'm a Christian, I don't go for that. But I think that his son did recognize the good in his father, and in a lot of ways is good too. But what ruins it is he rejected Christ. Which that I'm gonna have to say I'm against. You're against that too, right?
What's that?
Rejecting Christ.
Yes.
So, and this is coming from a man who just decided to be a Christian.
No, I've been a Christian. And I told my father I would take the Eucharist if they had a gluten-free version.
Well, my pastor is going to take your. I'm going to talk to him I'm going to talk to him next Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get him to take your bread, like you said, and bless it, so you can take it with you on confirmation day. He's going to tell you the days. I'm going to talk to him about it. I don't think it's going to be too hard for him to ask him. And the other guy I talked to says he doesn't think he's going to ask either. That's not a hard request to ask. That's it's getting someone in the kingdom, and that's all they want, then that's not too much to ask for. I'd have a problem with him if he did have something very well. If he did say something against that, I would have a problem with him. I would get on him and say, no, you got to do this. That's what I would say to him. Because that's not what you ought to ask. You're allergic to the bread. You're allergic to it. Right. He can't tell you that you can't go in and be a church goer because you're allergic to something. Got to work around that. Anyway, so like I said, Ronald Reagan went against the grain, and James, I'm coming to you as the next cop who's going against the grain. And I'm doing it first by exposing my records, and then I'm going to try to get everyone to get you justice. Well, for you to get justice, you're going to have to give up your medical records too, so you can get justice. I'm giving up mine first. And Anonymous, again, you got my permission to hack the internet to get my records and the people around me. Because My records also have people around me, like crooked psychiatrists, even patients that stole from me, and stuff like that. That we're gonna have to expose everything in my records. My records and the people directly involved with my records. And after that, everybody's gonna have to start giving this permission to Anonymous, right?
Okay.
You were in there, so Ken Becker's in it too, so it's up to you when you want to do that. You'll eventually, well, I'm going to ask you to give your records.
Me?
Yeah, if you want. If you want. Because we want to catch these people. We want to catch these people. And we know you have nothing to hide.
True.
See? So, he said he's probably going to do it. He's got to let you guys know in the email he's going to give his. Mine is already, you know, type in the email, put it out there. I'm giving it my medical records.
Mm-hmm.
And my police records. You know, police records too. My medical records and I'm giving up my medical records, James, and my police records to Anonymous. And the people involved in those records. So in other words, when you give up my records, medical and police, we're also giving up the records of the people in the hospitals that were around me at the time. Because there are tapes of me and other people doing things to me and doing things that were illegal in those records. And I'm giving up all of them. We're here to catch criminals. And maybe I'll be the guinea pig to expose these criminals. I'll be the guinea pig. But when you get my records now, Anonymous, and I want you to get tapes of everything that went on when I was in those hospitals. Everything that went on when I was admitted in those hospitals. All the footage. When I release these records, I want all that footage that everybody was doing in those hospitals, whether they were patients, staff, doctors, expose everything that happened in those hospitals when I was there. And there are videotapes. There are tapes. There are tapes of things going on. There's footage. And sometimes they do things like cutting. Anonymous, you know, they cut parts of the tape off. So you can't go by all the tape. You gotta get all the footage before the tapes were cut. Because like there were things where there were tapes of me, the tapes of things, and they didn't want certain things seen, so they cut. You know what I mean by cutting, right?
Yep.
Cut the tapes with scissors. They did it with scissors. So you're not just getting tapes, you're getting live footage that's on the internet. You're retrieving records. You're not getting tapes, you're retrieving records. That's better, right?
Sure.
And once you retrieve these records, you'll also have copies of the tapes that you retrieved. But I'm not talking about just the tapes that were cut. I'm talking about retrieving. Retrieving everything so you have the complete information. Like when they tried to bring up the trial with me in the murder trial, what they do is they cut half the tape and they show half of it over and over again. And then we retrieve it and the whole thing comes back. My mother, Paulie Doyle Duffy. Very important. She's part of my history. She said I was incompetent. See, James, you're not the only one. She said I was incompetent. She said, she put me on drugs. I had Tourette syndrome. She said, the drugs made me incompetent. They gave me Haldol and stuff like that to make me perform incompetent. And I was a knee injury. So she won 27 grand on a knee to stop me from looking into the inheritance. And then she took care of me through the knee injury money and left me with nothing. And there's 2,800 trillion, well, probably a lot more in the inheritance. Because I heard the confession was an ask the makers, and you'll hear it too when you get this footage. 4 footage that was either deleted or tapes that were cut could be retrieved, right? You can retrieve anything that was cut or deleted, you can retrieve. I'm sure you know that. The whole tape you can retrieve. And I think you know that. You've been doing this for years. So I need you to retrieve. What I want you to do is retrieve this information. Retrieve everything. Once you get everything, you view it. Then after that, and you review everything thoroughly. And then you put it on TV. You put it on the internet. You put it everywhere. I have nothing to hide. As long as you play the whole tape, I have nothing to hide. And I've been in places like Creedmoor. I've been in Pilgrim, Nassau County Medical Center, and I was in South Nassau, both on D4 and the old unit H1. So when you get the records to the times that I was there in those places, do you remember that, right? Where I was at the time, those places, get all the records of everything that happened there when I was there. And then after we exploit these people, you'll be able to tap into other stuff. Because the HIPAA will be abolished. And of course, other people are going to be giving up their records. So, and it's not to exploit mental patients. I would be exploiting myself if it was. Exposing myself if it was. But it's to stop the criminals. Giving up on medical records and showing all this on the air is not exploiting us, it's exposing the criminals. The HIPAA law was made to cover up crimes in the mental hospital system. I'm giving up my medical records. Everything that happened in those hospitals when I was there. Nassau County Medical Center, South Nassau, Pilgrim Creedmoor. So that we could nail it, so we could expose crimes. So, Anonymous, when anybody was, I know you guys are good at covering your asses, which is good. But what's going to really help is that when people do give the medical records, you get it in writing, like you get it from me, and whatever you get it from Lukey in the email. So that if they say you're breaking the HIPAA law, you're not, because we're giving up the information on ourselves. We're allowed to give up information on ourselves. The reason why we can't get it is because even if we request information on ourselves, the mental health system, the healthcare system hides it. They don't let it go. So what you're doing is giving us our rights to expose our own records, right?
Sounds good.
So we don't have a right to do that now. We know they say we do, because they're allowed to hide anything they want. And if a patient requests medical records to be released to them, they can pick and choose what they release, even if it's against the law. What I need you guys to do for Anonymous is to take my rights first, and then take the rights of Luca and all the others, and give us the right to expose our medical records, or to retrieve our medical records. And when you get my medical records, Anonymous, you're going to catch a lot of people. You're going to catch big time criminals, as far as public officials, all kinds of criminals, murderers, rapists, you name it. You're going to catch these people off of my records. Because all this stuff happened when I was in the hospitals. And when you go into other people's records, when they gave you permission, you can expose even more people. And I have nothing to hide, Anonymous. James Stack and David Warren could tell you, first ones to tell you, I have nothing to hide. Right? And Lukey can tell you, I have nothing to hide away. And Lukey has something to hide too. That's why I think he's probably, you're going to give up yours too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because Lukey was in NASA Kenny Meckerson, they messed with him too. But, and whatever he's willing to give up, he was in the paper, he was on the internet, he was on in the paper, he was in the news, and they really messed with him. Well, when you get his records too, just like mine, you have to play the whole tape and find what they wouldn't show. And play the whole tape and find things on Lukey and me that the authorities wouldn't show.
Mm.
Which means you might have to give up things that we might embarrass us, but we don't care, do we, Lukey?
No. I'm not embarrassed.
And Lukey is going to give you an email with everything I said on it. And the email is going to have, can we both sign that email? So,
I don't know if you can sign an email.
the email, if we send the email, that's signed it over the right there, right?
Yeah.
If we send him an email, we want him to do these things, that's signing it over to them right there, right? Plus we got the footage.
Yep.
We also want you to make Hospitalgate big. There's also another guy in South Nassau, D4, parading around this man. Parading around as Master Lukey.
Really?
Yes. And the fake Master Lukey, Hospitalgate, and Anonymous will find you. He had a show, he had a Hospitalgate episode thing going on, Fox 5, had me thinking he was you, and had everybody thinking this. He looked so much like you, but he was, he looked younger, he was younger looking. And this guy, I don't like the guy because he was really nasty. And when he had me thinking that you were him, I thought you were turning on me. So I said some things that I didn't mean because I was aiming at him, thinking he was you.
Right.
So just so you know that when these records come out, you're gonna find out that it wasn't. I wasn't lashing out. You was lashing out the deception that this guy was doing. And he was deceiving. Yeah. And he was going after my girlfriends, wives that I had, everyone this woman he saw me with, he wanted. That's why I was like, this can't be Lukey. Lukey, this is not what Lukey would do, you know. And he also did other things that were even worse. He teamed up with Donald Trump and a guy that was saying he was Mike Tyson, and he was teaming up with them to go against the grain. Not go against the grain, to go against what was right. And when he found that they were turning on him, then he was fighting with them. The guy is a snake. And the fake Master Lukey, Hospitalgate, along with Anonymous, will find you. And now, fake Master Lukey, I'm going to show you footage of the real Master Lukey. Come here, I'll show you some on camera. This is the real Master Lukey. Not you.
Okay.
Oh, also, like I said, the people that like Patrick Devil and Jim Steiger, I believe they were trustees. And there's another trustee on my account, and her name is Aja Paul. And she's my third wife. And I don't know if I trust her either, because she took off and she didn't try to find me. And she was still trustee of the money. So investigate Aja Paul too. And you know what? I like her father, don't get me wrong. I like her mother. But Tony and Aisha Paul, investigate them. And her two brothers. Investigate all of them. They were all on the ward when I was there. Oh yeah, and when you get this exposed, our hospital gate, the real hospital gate, not the fake one that came out on Fox 5, that was all in that hospital. We want the real hospital gate to be in the mainstream, and the real hospital gate to be picked up by Fox 5 and other stations. And we want the real hospital gate out there, because right now, well, how much subscribers do you have?
1,470.
1470. And the fake hospital gate has got more fame than us. We want to change that around with the originals, right?
Of course.
Show your face again, Luigi. So get us subscribers and hits, and then try to get us on the mainstream. You'll definitely be able to do it. They like the fake hospital gate. They like us, right? They'll love us, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Now we're exposing every politician. So even good politicians like Ronald Reagan, I want him investigated too, because you never know. Everybody's a suspect. I want Donald Trump definitely investigated. You definitely got to investigate Donald Trump. And Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, okay, I had dealings with him. And like I said, I killed that man in self-defense and his cousin. I want him investigated. And when you investigate all these people, expose them. And don't get me wrong, Ronald Reagan is a good guy. And I think his record is going to come out clear. Investigate him anyway. And when he does come out clear, expose that. If he doesn't, expose that. I want Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter investigate. Every politician out there.
Is Jimmy Carter still alive?
Yeah, he's dying. He's dying. He's in bad shape. I also, Hillary Clinton and her hit squad, definitely investigate and expose her. Hillary Clinton, Hospital Gate with the help of Anonymous, will find you. I also want this platform investigated.
YouTube?
YouTube. There's shady things going on this platform. We don't have freedom of speech or anything, do we? Which means you're going to have to give this email out fast before it deletes this. All right?
All right.
Through my medical records, we got information on people like Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, all of them. We got information on all of them through my medical records. But even politicians that we think are good, they might be good. We still want to investigate them, right? Now, we're asking you, Anonymous, to pull off. Help us together, team up with us to pull off Operation Hospital Gate with the help of Anonymous. And we choose to accept.
Done?
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, James Stack did help Hospital Gate. He did go into hospitals, and he did some investigating himself, and he came out, and he got on our show. All that was deleted though. Was it all deleted?
Was it on your channel or?
I think some was on your channel, some mine, some was on yours, because there's a couple of videos that he was on that was on your channel. Oh, when we investigate this platform, Luke and I want to take it over, right? And we want to be on Fox 5, and we want to take over YouTube. And then When you guys want to do your thing, call us. Because like we're calling you, we have a platform like this, and we have a platform on Fox 5 and other stations, and got our own YouTube. You guys are going to be able to do a lot more stuff, right?
You say so.
And we have this platform, YouTube. They call that to us. Because they're hackers, and they're good hackers, but I don't know if they have a platform or not. And we get a platform, not only with this channel on not only with YouTube, about platform, we get piece of Fox 5 and all the other stations, and they come to us with an investigation. We'll have a lot to help them with, you know. You know what I mean? Am I right though? We'd be able to help them then, wouldn't it? One hand washes the other, guys. When you send the email, send this tape to them, to show to them. All right? When I said that stuff about the medicine and all that, I think it got to James, because he was abused with the medicine. And he also was when I said he was pre-police brutality, he knew that was true too. So I think he's got a diehard vengeance against the psychiatrist too, and against the police officer that did that to him. So he knows somebody else is on his side. He's gonna, you know.
Yeah. I would, if I was him.
Yeah. Well, he's not a stupid kid. He's a smart kid. You bury the hatchet with him. He'll bury the hatchet with you, and you say you're gonna help him at the same time. He's not stupid. He knows when he's being helped. You know. David Warren, I think, came later because I was on the ward when I called out to David Warren. The first day I went to David Warren by mistake, and I remember James Stack called him out, and they both got on the air and said, David Warren, James Stack. They said that. So I think they became friends after that.
Okay.
Kind of brought them together.
Let's get that spoon.
Step forward.
Okay. Step back. And just make sure you're not blocking the camera.
I've been told my arms are getting bigger again. Are they?
Hold on. Up to him. Hold on to the look at your arms inside.
Oh, you know what I gotta ask Anonymous? Anonymous, as well as Lukey and I doing our show, we want to know a little more about computers. Don't we know about computers? If you could teach us how to hack, we'll help you with the hacking too, won't we?
Yeah.
So you could get someone to teach us how to hack and teach us and as well as other things in the computer so we can get our show better. We could behind the scenes hack with you. That's a good request, right? And we get a lot on our table. We got our show and everything, and our workout, but we can take. There's always time we can take out to help them, right? So we don't know. We know we're limited about computers. Well, you teach us how to hack. we'll help you with the rest of the hack too. I think James and David Ward can teach us that.
Try this cauliflower with pasta sauce. And the pasta's already cooked, right, Kathy? So we're just waiting for it to get warm?
Yep. Yeah.
Alright. You want to test it?
It's all good.
Came out good? Alright.
It's like meat sauce.
No, yeah.
What's it made of?
Mushroom.
It's like meat sauce. Oh, looky.
Yeah.
I gotta call my house.
Okay.
Let them know. What time are they coming back?
Later.
Later, like 11 o'clock?
No, not that late.
No, 9, 10? I gotta call them anyway to let them know that I'll be home late for medicine.
Alright.
I went in trouble.
Alright, Kathy, you want to check the pasta?
Last year, I remember James got off the medicine. He had withdrawal symptoms, but after a while he started calming down.
Oh. Good for him.
I mean, when he first got off him, he was like off the wall, but then after he was off him for a while, he started calming down.
Hot enough yet, or it's still going?
Still not.
I don't know if he's still off or not, because the nurse could still be messing with him like they're messing with me. Maybe, maybe not. But I know when he was off the medicine for a while, like a year or so, he started calming down.
Okay.
It might have been a month, I don't know. But I know he started calming down. That tastes just like meat sauce. You would never know the difference, would you? I'm talking to her. You would never know the difference, would you? That's meat sauce. You didn't have to taste it and you didn't know when it's not meat sauce. You still don't know, yeah? Did my cousin comment yet? Again? He always comments. My cousin always comments. Did he comment today?
Londos wants to know, who was your favorite Yankee?
My favorite Yankee?
Question.
Bobby Mercer.
Bobby Mercer.
He was way before your time. Way before your time. Back in the early 70s, Bobby Mercer.
Okay. And Sammy says, calls you Sir Triple Jab.
Sir Triple Jab. Make sure Anonymous sees this too. This for this, when you send them the email, send them a tape of this. We said a lot of good things, didn't we?
I think it was a good show.
What?
I think it was a good show. Or is a good show.
I think we cried out to the right people. We cried out to the right people. Oh, Anonymous. You can investigate YouTube. Like, remember, and every channel on YouTube. Because there are a lot of people on YouTube doing the wrong thing. Investigate YouTube too. Then we're going to take it over, right? We're going to work with Anonymous together to take it over.
Oh, so you don't have your license anymore?
Or what?
You don't have your license anymore?
I have it.
Oh, you do? Okay. Because we have to take another trip, and you're gonna need an ID.
All right. Yeah, my license is in my wallet.
You have your wallet.
The social security number was in my bag. The license is in my wallet.
Okay.
I got two of them. I got one from two different places. So where are we gonna go?
This is a care package for Cherry at A. Holly.
Oh, so I need my ID to show when they go there?
Yeah, if we go into A. Holly.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Damn, Kathy, wait.
I hope she's eating your food and not these other garbage over there.
She does the best she can, man.
That's good. I'm doing the best I can too. Sometimes I have to eat food. It is usually the food I eat over there is vegetarian, but sometimes even though I eat vegetarian, some of the foods there I might not be like food because that's what they have.
Yeah.
And when I get your food, that's all I eat. But I'm not always,
Yeah, I know.
you know. So I'm pretty much in a strict vegetarian diet, vegan diet. And when I'm with you, I'm on a light food diet. Sometimes I eat rice. Sometimes I eat peas. Sometimes beans. But I don't eat any meat or cheese. Sometimes spinach. I know spinach isn't good either, is it?
It's okay.
It's not good for your erectile dysfunction, though.
Is that what you heard?
Yeah, so I heard that. It's not good for that.
Oh. What about Popeye?
I say it's teeny peeny. Because Popeye is a teeny peeny. I guess that's why olive oil likes him better than the Brutus. He's a safe date. Brutus got a big thing and she can't handle it. And Popeye's got a teeny peeny and safe. That's why they don't have any kids. They have those nephews. They have those nephews. They have no kids. Popeye has nephews. I wonder if Anonymous is gonna say anything.
Hey, Dad.
Listen, I gotta make that appointment with you sometime this week for a couple of hours this day. I'm gonna make sure I get this bed down before I go to the cemetery, right?
Okay.
And also, number two, I saw on Adidas Facebook that you have a restaurant listening to Adidas Zoodles. Certified, glyco certified, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And you were making lunch for a woman there.
Yeah.
You can't have a restaurant in that building. It's approved by
Yeah.
the town.
Right.
No, you can't feed anybody up there unless it's your friend. I want it online.
All right.
You've done this a couple times before and you fucking ruined it. Stop doing this stuff and especially stop putting it online.
Okay.
Okay? Stop it.
All right.
I don't want to go through this again. I want you to think before you act. And before you do anything, I'm saying this again. You have to ask me.
Good.
Right? You have to ask me. Okay?
Yep.
So, when you get a chance tomorrow, give me a call or come over and we'll talk about what I have to do that day.
Tomorrow's no good. I can do Tuesday.
Alright, Tuesday, what time?
I'll probably babysit until 3 and then I'll come straight over.
Alright, do that, alright? I'll see you Tuesday.
Okay.
No restaurants in the building, nothing, okay?
Alright. He doesn't want me to do my business in here. He wants me to get a job working for somebody else, but he won't support my vision.
Yeah.
You,
I don't think if the village gets wind of what's going on, somebody's gonna tell them about it. But once the nation of nothing in the apartment shows that it's a restaurant, you can't have a restaurant there, so the only way to get rid of or throw out anything that indicates that it's a restaurant,
okay.
right? It's
Yep.
not supposed to be you up there,
Yep.
okay?
Okay. So my mom ratted to my dad.
Yep.
And they took my ex-wife's side.
Yeah.
They became involved as court order supervisors and belittled me and stopped me from communicating with my sons. My father at one point kicked me out of his house in front of my son. And they both have given junk food to my sons against my wishes. And that's why I just do whatever I want,
Yeah.
because they're not for me.
Just don't get caught. Just don't get caught. Okay? Do what he wants, but don't get caught.
Yeah.
You know what you do? Change it to catering. You can't say it's a restaurant if you say you're a catering hall.
It's true.
Good idea?
It's not a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a catering hall.
Myself is.
Put down,
The food
instead of
always
putting,
leaves.
instead of putting it down restaurant, put down catering hall. Your caterer.
No, I think you still have to have certain specs for that.
Yeah.
Anytime food is sold, I can do health coach. I'll just put down as health coach. But Sherry gives me $500 a month to visit her once a week, and that goes to my dad for rent. So
Yeah.
we have to go. I don't want you to think. You probably think I'm like making you drive me around everywhere, but we'll all go in and we'll just sit with her for an hour to get some lunch.
Okay.
She's a nice lady. It's just,
Yeah.
her family screwed her over too. putting her
Well,
in there.
we're all nice people. Oh, they screwed her over, don't they?
They screwed her over because they didn't want to take care of her, so they put her in the home.
Oh, her family did, okay.
I feel bad for her.
Nobody's
Watching my
family screwed anybody over as bad as my family screwed me over. My family's really screwed me. That's the thing, Anonymous. I want you to expose my family. The Doyles, the Duffys, the Hines. Expose them. Expose them, Anonymous. When you get my bank account, you'll find out everything they did and expose them. And my cousin, he's turning out, he's not too bad, he's becoming a better person, isn't he? Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
My cousin's becoming a better person, but I need you to investigate him too, because everybody's investigating. And we're gonna take into consideration that my cousin's doing the right thing now. Maybe he could help us exploit the rest of the family, expose the rest of the family when Anonymous gets all this out there, right? Remember, it's Operation Hospitagate with the help of Anonymous. We're gonna pull this off, guys. Operation Housegate with the help of Anonymous. Would it be something if an Anonymous chatted? Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna send an email to them, so they will chat eventually. We send out the email, they're gonna chat, right?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, they're not gonna, probably not gonna chat. Well, maybe the anonymous guy might come up and chat and say, we're anonymous, we're with you, something like that. Maybe love that. But if we get anybody, we might get James Sack chatting us again, which would be good. But if anonymous chats us, they're not gonna say who they are. They're just gonna, the guy with the mask is gonna come on and they're gonna say, we're with you or something.
Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom and then we'll get going. Maybe we'll stream from A Holly. I know they have Wi-Fi there, so we'll see.
Okay. I'm hungry.
Alright, just wait till we get there, alright?
Oh, we're gonna eat when we get there?
Yeah, I'm bringing a